From the start of November, the bear market had the greatest impact on Cardano's losses. The network witnessed sort of expansions around that time, with Cardano addresses reaching new levels. Positive trends have not ceased in the network, even though the price does not recognize this. So what does 2025 have in store for the 88 coin price? Well, let's take a little bit of a deeper dive to find out. Opinions remain mixed on the future path of the crypto industry, and high-profile names within the crypto world have been rushing to put out a wide range of price forecasts for 2025. Despite the exorbitant levels of uncertainty and volatility, one thing remains definite. It is impossible to predict the crypto markets without considering the position of Bitcoin. At a time when nearly all the top 100 cryptocurrencies are in the red for the year, Bitcoin could break away from the pack and lead the next crypto bull market, thereby initiating the best foundation for crypto in 2025. The aftermath of the collapse of the crypto exchange FTX was severe, and both retail and institutional investors are moving their money into the least risky assets. While all cryptocurrencies are inherently volatile and risky, Bitcoin is considered the least risky of all major cryptocurrencies. Besides, Bitcoin has a long track record of rebounding from previous market meltdowns. In the past, there was a bear market which had a stomach-churning effect on almost all cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin in this particular bear market fell from $32 just to a single penny, and many had already envisaged that Bitcoin would recover at that time. Other newer currencies don't have this kind of long-term track record. The Bitcoin halving event is fast approaching, and this could be the potential reason for 2025 to be a comfortable year for cryptocurrencies. The halving event occurs every 4 years, like clockwork, due to the algorithmic nature of Bitcoin. In a halving event, the reward for the Bitcoin miners who successfully mine a new Bitcoin block is cut in half. The resultant impact of this development is that Bitcoin's supply growth slows over time, but on the upside, Bitcoin becomes more valuable in the eyes of potential buyers due to its perceived scarcity. The general pattern with halving periods is that Bitcoin reaches a bottom about 15 months ahead of the next halving, gradually increasing in price for the next 15 months, and then pops as soon as the halving begins. Based on this history, some hedge funds have put together models showing what could happen to Bitcoin in 2023 and of course the preceding years. The next halving will take place in about 15 months from now, so it is highly likely that Bitcoin has already found its bottom and is getting set for a gradual recovery headed into early 2024. It is believed that Bitcoin could rise to as high as $36,000 before 2024, before taking off and rallying to $149,000 in the wake of the halving. Bitcoin has a vivid catalyst in place, as well as a strong track record of recovering from previous market crashes, and Cardano ADA could potentially leverage this potential. Last year, Charles Hoskinson disclosed the Cardano roadmap till 2025 in a YouTube video. He first addressed the Alonso stage of the roadmap and mentioned that the Cardano development team was working on solving the blockchain scaling problem and the point-to-point transfers. He added that he would return to the scaling issue once the fork has been completed. The Volatility update is the final stage in the Cardano project roadmap, and with this, the Cardano ecosystem would operate as a self-sufficient system. Cardano even aims to offer a fully decentralized ecosystem with scalable transfer technology. According to Hoskinson's vision of 2025 about the network, Cardano's large-scale projects have been the forerunner of the Ouroboros Omega algorithm. For example, this algorithm brings together all previous projects such as Ouroboros Classic, Ouroboros Preos, Ouroboros Genesis, and Ledger Redux. In addition, the Omega version main aim is to achieve a rate of 1,000 transfers per second, thus creating a scalable ecosystem on the network. According to him, the work will be relatively convenient for the main chain, but it will require the sidechain's efforts. Hoskinson's plans for Cardano had already been set in stone from the beginning. Recently, in a casual conversation between the Cardano community members and the Solana community members, it seems that both parties are thinking of the possibility of Solana becoming a Cardano sidechain. A Twitter user from the Cardano community opened the floor for other community members to vote on whether or not they would love to see Solana become a sidechain to Cardano, and the result revealed that 80% were in support of the move. The Cardano founder addressed the tweet, leaving a casual response through a meme. This suggested that although he may not have any serious plans to partner with Solana on its network, being a sidechain to Cardano, he seems to be embracing the suggestions from community members. A sidechain typically links to another blockchain network. The latter, which is a parent network, is merged with the sidechain via two-way pegging. This idea of sidechains was first birthed by Adam Hashcash back in 2014, which was intended to combat Bitcoin's scalability issue. But Charles Hoskinson seems to have bought the idea of Solana becoming a sidechain on Cardano. During a new YouTube AMA session, he laid out what sidechain partnerships look like on Cardano, stating that Solana would be in a much better position if it teams up with Cardano. Quote, "So you could take Solana, replace the current consensus algorithm with something 25 times faster and doesn't collapse all the time, and make it a Cardano sidechain. Solana will then be paid to ADA holders to maintain it, probably at a lower inflation rate than they are currently paying right now." End quote. In October, Charles Hoskinson also floated the idea of leading meme coin, Dogecoin, becoming a sidechain for Cardano. It is interesting how the founder is setting the pace for Cardano's advancement. Although some community members seem hopeful about this development, Solana might be impossible to integrate with Cardano, as both networks are objectively incapable of integrating as a result of their difference in network structure. However, both networks seem to have had a profitable run this year. Recently, Cardano recorded a major milestone as smart contracts on the network surpassed 4,000. This came after the network added smart contract functionality back in September of 2021. In addition, Cardano has seen new staking addresses jump by over 20,000 within 13 months. On the other hand, Solana has recorded massive growth in the NFT sector. Back in November, according to data from Asari, the platform saw a 19.3% QoQ growth after securing 8 million daily new NFTs. Both networks look prepared to thrive in 2025, and who knows, out of these two, Cardano might have the upper hand. The Cardano founder is making efforts to block the loopholes that are evident in the Cardano network, even though so many of his contentions have ended up being futile. He recognizes the salient need of connecting the dots to make Cardano soar in the coming years. In early December, he addressed Gemini's refusal to list Cardano ADA on the platform in a tweet. Gemini, of course, is a cryptocurrency exchange founded by the Winklevoss twins. Charles Hoskinson argued that not listing ADA was pretty correlated with bankruptcy risk. The Financial Times also reported that Gemini was attempting to recover as much as $900 million from the troubled crypto pioneer Genesis. Genesis is currently facing potential bankruptcy after its lending arm suddenly halted withdrawals on November 16th. The second largest crypto exchange, FTX, that went bankrupt last month, also did not have any spot for the ADA pair. The founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, tweeted that adding the token was on the exchange's roadmap just a few weeks before the collapse. Cardano supporters have taken Gemini to task for refusing to add support for ADA despite listing the native tokens of other popular proof-of-stake protocols. Whether it gets listed on Gemini or not, Cardano's reputation remains distinct. It is known as a third-generation cryptocurrency, which is graced with the ability to combine all the things with DeFi and to provide a cheaper and far more scalable blockchain. Charles Hoskinson strongly believes in DeFi as the future of crypto. Plus, while engaging in a Q&A session, Hoskinson mentioned that going forward, DeFi will play a crucial role in the crypto space. The Financial Action Task Force travel rule was referenced as he claimed that his set of rules is used to prevent illicit transfers. He said that if a customer were to transfer assets off the exchange into a self-custodial wallet, they could lose access to their cryptocurrencies, hence the essence of a decentralized identity. He added that the most recent collapse of FTX highlighted the absolute need for decentralization. As a matter of fact, commenting on the prospect of DeFi in the coming years, he said, "It is going to be one of the most competitive areas in the space within the next 24 months. Then, while speaking at the Financial Times Crypto and Digital Assets Summit, Charles Hoskinson said that Cardano has outgrown its founder. "While I got the party started, good parties live beyond their host," he added. So, at the end of the day, let's keep our hopes up that this party trend will continue and end up recording massive highs for Cardano ADA come 2025. But of course, what are your thoughts on this? Let us have in the comment section below. We'll see you in the next video, but before then, check out our other videos to find out how Cardano is living up to the dream of being the Ethereum killer. And as always, make sure you click on the subscribe and notification buttons.